He was at his residence. He resided in a garage at the location with his former girlfriend who'd come to visit. There was a knock at the door, and when he answered it, it was his ex-girlfriend's current boyfriend. That boyfriend was identified as the suspect in this case, 46-year-old Michael Jacinto, and he is in custody. When Michael showed up at the door, there was a single gunshot round fired by Michael, striking Prado. Then Jacinto left the location in a vehicle. It was a white Kia. He was later located, actually quite a short amount of time later, by Fresno police officers, our Southeast District Safety Team, near First and Clinton, where he was taken into custody without incident. He was booked later at Fresno County Jail on murder charges, and he does have a parole status right now. He has some firearms history, and I believe that Lieutenant Baez will have some more details on his prior arrests. And I'll go on to the second, and then we can get to some questions. The second murder happened a few hours later, just before 2 a.m. across town in the 2200 block of South Plumas. There were several couples. They'd been out having a good time in the evening. They'd gone to several bars across the city and decided to continue their socialization at the apartment of one of the couples. When they returned to the apartment, the couples were out in the parking lot, including the victim and suspect in this case. The victim, Julian Garcia, 27 years old, he'd had an earlier argument with one of the other males in the group while they were out at the bar. Once they were there at the apartment complex, that argument appeared to resume. And at that point, the victim, Garcia, swung and appeared to strike anyway, based on the information we have, the victim. The argument, after the suspect was punched by the victim, the suspect withdrew a firearm and fired several shots. I think it was 3 shots fired at the victim, who ran a short distance away and collapsed. The suspect left the location with his girlfriend in a red vehicle. He's a Hispanic male in his 30s, and that case is still currently under investigation. Our detectives are following up on numerous leads, and so any information on either of these cases that the public can provide to help us conduct a more thorough investigation and prosecution and help us identify that suspect in the second case would be very much appreciated. To give some context for this, neither of these cases was gang motivated, and neither of these cases were random. All these individuals involved were acquaintances, and there was, in the first case, a dispute, obviously over relationship. In the second one, we don't know what the dispute was over, but there was some type of an argument between the acquaintances of the victim and suspect. So this is our 9th and 10th murder of 2025. This time last year, we had 13 murders. This year we're sitting on a clearance rate of 140% because we've solved most of our cases from this year, and we also solved some from last year. There is one case this year that's still pending being solved, and I will open it up to any questions at this time.
The 2 homicides had nothing to do with each other.
Absolutely correct. They're not related, not a series, not related in any way. Thank you for asking that.
In the first one, do we know where the victim was struck, where he was shot?
I don't recall that. I don't know if you know. Upper body.
And how were you guys able to track down the first suspect when they drove away? Was someone following them? Did they call and told the police where describe the vehicle or the person?
Actually, we had some information on who he was. Obviously, he was known by the girlfriend in the picture, and he was also wearing an ankle monitor.
Did he come by himself to the house?
That's not quite clear yet. We still have some details to sew up on that. Although he's in custody, that investigation will continue to ensure that we have a thorough case put together for prosecution.
Were any words exchanged before he opened fire?
And that wasn't reported to us, but we'll continue again. I mean, obviously the girlfriend is probably pretty distraught over the loss of Prado, so I don't know the exact answer to that, but it'll be something we look into as well.
And on the second one, the suspect and the girlfriend they're still outstanding.
Correct. Yeah, we're following up on leads right. That's an active investigation, but anybody who has information, please, we'd like to hear from you. If you'd like to call us or be anonymous, 498 Stop for Crime Stoppers.
And the suspect who's in custody, what charges is he
Murder at a minimum, and I imagine he will also have some parole violations and probably weapons charges, but that I don't know for certain. I know that once he's booked, we're giving his name so you can look at the booking record to make sure you get an accurate account of those charges.
Can you tell us what bar they were at, the second case, what bar they were at prior to going back to the apartment?
I don't know that. Yeah, if you want to come on up.
Yeah, we're still, we're still in the preliminary stages of that investigation. Detectives are still following up on those locations, so I don't think it's a good idea for us to reveal that right now.
How many people were part of this group again?
It was a large group. The numbers exactly aren't known. It was more than 3 or 4 people. That's what I do know that was going around to these locations.
At the apartment when this happened?
Oh, it was like an after party, so I don't know exactly how many were there, but like I said, it was more than 3 or 4 people. It was larger than that.
And this person only fired at the victim, did not fire to anyone else?
From what we know at this time is those two, our suspect and our victim, were involved in an altercation amongst each other, and our victim is the only individual that sustained the gunshot wounds as a result of it.
Anything else we can answer?
And it's fair to say alcohol or drugs were involved in the second one?
They had been drinking, but we don't know to which level each individual, or if some had abstained completely. The group was out socializing at bars, but again, don't know any particular alcohol level of any of the individuals involved.
And the red car, any details on that, what kind of make and model?
Yeah, we'll either be putting that out or we'll be letting you know. Obviously, once we take someone into custody, that update will come out. So whichever happens first. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us on a Friday afternoon.